Hello, I'm Toby. This is Listening to Punk in My Shed. There's loads of noise from people over there, but we'll just try and push through it, okay? Hello, this is Listening to Punk in My Shed. I'm Toby. Well, that was a dramatic start, wasn't it? What are we doing this week? Let's jump into it. We're doing Shellac. We're doing Dude Incredible. Shellac, one of those bands where I had real trouble picking which album to listen to because they are fucking genius, without a doubt. And the problem with like a lot of geniuses, I find, is that just like the consistency of it. It's like Prince was a genius, but I'm not going to sit down and listen to one of his sort of like, you know, double albums where no one told him not to record everything that was in his brain. Like I love 1000 Hertz, but it's like, did you need to include the fucking Numbers song or whatever? I don't know. I mean, like I think like Action Park is probably their best album. Really, it's the rawest. But there's something about Dude Incredible I just really like. So, don't know really. Is that interesting? Don't know. Let's just have a listen. It's a really, I think, a really sort of like Steve Albini record. That's stupid. I mean, it's like a really like guitar-y record, whereas like, oh, it's so pretty though, isn't it? Whereas say like Action Park, I felt was a real bassy, really bassy record, and then like Terraform. It's got like a fucking like 3 minute or 5 minute or something. No, it's not 5 minute. Like 3 minutes of deconstructed drum solo. So whereas this is like really just like very guitar-y, very riffy. I mean, okay, like you're never not gonna see Steve Albini as being like a miserable old man, even when he wasn't like a miserable young man. But just like that's his whole thing, isn't it? It's like acerbic. Like misanthropy stuff, whatever. But this song is a real like old man complaining about like young blokes going around, like young blokes going around carefree, being very male and stuff. Is there too much noise coming from over there? I can't really tell. I think I'm just going to do it, just record it, see what happens. It's very rolly from Todd there, isn't it, on the drums? I think normally he's just like that. Oh yeah, it's another slow grindy one. It's good though. This is another one of like, I think what really concept-y, you know, conceptual things that they do. Like I was complaining about whatever it's called, New Number Order or whatever on Terraform for being too much of a. It was described as an in-joke in the review of Terraform. Sorry, not Terraform. 1000 Hertz. Yeah, the review of 1000 Hertz that I read, they said like, do we need to listen to what is essentially just like a studio in-joke? Well, no. It's like, we like it, we don't. Here is a song about life, which we are making simply by describing the things that you do every day. I don't know. Back in my single days, when I was chatting to this girl on Tinder, and she said she was in compliance and like worked in compliance, and I was just like, oh, I know a song about being compliant. We never met up. I don't know. There's a sense of doom coming from this song, but I don't know if that's like specifically because of the subject matter, or just because there's a sense of doom coming from everything that Shellac do. Who knows? Cool. Picking up the tempo a bit. It's nice. It's kind of a lot looser than what they're normally like, isn't it? It's like they're having fun, if you can imagine. Oh, it's just really inappropriate, but brilliant. It's just funny when you hear Steve going on about fucking, because he's like such a little, oh, he's little, it's like little angry Steve Albini. I don't know. That's really patronising, but you know what I mean. Oh, here we go. Yeah, right. So this song really feels to me like if someone was like, "What is Shellac like?" and you could answer the question like two ways. You would like to play a song to answer the question, and be in two ways. You could like play a song that you think would get them into them, or play a song that you think just like absolutely captures their essence, but would just be just a terrible introduction to them as a band. And this is definitely the latter for me. It's great. It's actually great. I mean, when I've seen them play this live, yeah, it's really like nice. There's something about, just like I say, just the structural, just this sort of like pounding structure of what they do, and then like the kind of wistful subject matter or whatever. It's good. I just like the fact that it just goes on for so long before it makes a point. It's this sort of arrogance that's rewarded because, like, there's a certain type of music fan will just go, they're fucking geniuses for doing this. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. I definitely think they are.
Times change, strangest things come matters of contention. Some of the things we've had to do, I'm not about to mention. Get your folks together, Ted. Shit is coming down, and I'm riding bikes.
So this is really bugging me. This is being put back here, and I don't think it should go there. Let's put you up here. Oh. This is what happens when other people get in your shed.
Who walks the king's road? Who fears the king? Who fears the king? Fuck the king!
Nice little sketch. This is the first of 3 songs on this album about or related to surveyors. So I don't know if there was like something going on with surveyors when this album was written, or if it's just a conceit, an artistic conceit. I don't know. It's the best of the 3 songs. Not that I'm saying this album drops off. Maybe it does drop off a bit. Angry, grindy, circular, loopy stuff. I think I've said it before in other reviews, but just like the rejection of anything elaborate, you know. Sometimes like manifesting itself as like deliberately clumsy stuff or deliberately simplistic. And in this, it's like we're just going to be like arrogantly and punishingly repetitive and like overly structural or whatever. I think it's great. I mean, you know, they got a reputation as, well, not a reputation, but sort of like a lot of people view them as just like the band that, it's like there's Shellac, right, and then there's all other bands. So I don't think I'm really fussed on this song. I don't think it does much, does it? But anyway, no, just like continuing that thought, yeah, like because that's how I always felt about Shellac. It's like you go when you're singing live, or when you're in like a real sort of like period of like just really rinsing their albums and stuff. It is just like it's Shellac and they do what they do, and like when you're sort of listening to them, you're just going like they're so set apart from like pretty much any other band. Well, it feels like that. that it's like there is Shellac and then there's everyone else, and they are this yardstick that everything else has to compare it to. And I was reading an interview with John Robb from, is he in the Mekons? But I mean, I know from Goldblade, and also from just being fucking like John Robb on TV talking about punk all the time. Yeah, and he just said exactly the same thing that I've been thinking, which is just like there's Shellac and then there's everyone else, which is weird, man. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure that like people who aren't that fussed about Shellac will just go, that's just ridiculous. But then they might think that about their own thing, might go like, it's like David Bowie and then there's everyone else, whatever. I mean, I'm not that fussed about Bowie myself. I apologise. I'm really not that fussed about Bowie, actually. I know this isn't really a place to talk about it, but I just don't. He's got some songs or whatever. I don't really give much of a shit. There's a bit at the end of this where his guitar, I don't know, it sounds like he's got exactly the same tone as when you recorded In Utero. Like this. There's something about this. Sounds really Kurtish. Don't know if that's intentional or not. Now this is a real slow one. This is real. I was going to say like one for the ladies as a, I don't know, whatever, as some kind of ironic joke. I think I did a couple of years ago. I think I did sit down and really try to work out what was going on here. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's actually someone called Gary or if isn't it Gary, Indiana? Is like that's one of the places on Reddit where they just go, this is the worst city in America or whatever. Honestly, this song doesn't do it for me, and it's lunchtime and I'm really hungry, so I might just skip it. Oh, that's nice. This is like the second Surveyor song. Man, I can't remember what this song does, and like obviously I've been listening to it recently, just trying to get my head back into it. Yeah, this is just all tease, isn't it? This song. Crunchy. It's nice when they just, at the end of an album, they just like break out one and just go like, here you go, let's just kick you in the balls for a bit. In a good way, you know. Yeah, if there's like any overall themes in this album, I don't really get it. Apart from the fact that it's like half it's about surveyors. And they're kind of going on about Western expansion and stuff like that, but I don't think there's any other. I feel like there is, no. Like, you know, like some kind of like history of the USA theme. You know, like history of settlement of the USA. I don't know. Kind of ties in with the fact there's a couple of blokes in next door's garden building something and going like, this is 1.2 metres, this is 3.7, whatever. Like, fucking, what is it? The intro to, what is it? Bloody Sleaford Mods, you know, Job Seeker, of course it's Job Seeker. When he's like, 23.7 top, 25.2 middle, whatever. So there we go. That was Dude Incredible by Shellac. Like an album I'm not that much into now, but at the time I was just loving it, absolutely loving it. When it was released like 6 or 7 years ago, I don't know. I'm still convinced that Shellac are just absolute geniuses. Not qualifying that in any way, just absolute geniuses. I think sometimes when I listen to them objectively, I feel it's kind of hard to really back that up. I don't know. I worry if there's a bit of Emperor's New Clothes to it or something. I don't know. But yeah, fuck it, I love them. I met Bob Weston once, who's a really, really nice guy. I shat myself, man. I was there with a friend Ali, who we were at ATP. I wasn't there with him. I was at ATP. I didn't know Ali was there. It turns out he was drumming for Prince on Dance School. So we grabbed a pint after their set, and then Bob sort of wandered past and went up to Ali, and he's like, great set, man. And I went, yeah, cheers. And Ali, being the absolutely fucking lovely gent he is, said, like, this is Toby, just bring me in, which was nice. And then he mentioned, because he's a really good producer, and he recorded some stuff for my band, and he went, oh, he's in a really good band, and I was just like, don't tell Bob Weston I'm in a really good band when, like, A, we're just sketchy as hell, and B, I have like nothing to give him or anything. I don't have any CDs, so I can just go like, oh yes, here you go back and listen to this, and then fucking take us on tour or whatever, or like get Steve to record us or something, whatever. But no, yeah, so that was weird. Definitely check out Ali. Shit, I'm going to put a link because I can't remember what his studio's called. But yeah, it's in Sussex, local here. Sussex, really, really good studio, and he's just a fucking lovely guy, and he's like really good musician and stuff. So there you go. There's a plug for you, Ali. Yeah, whatever. If you're watching this, you're not. It was my birthday on the weekend. It was a birthday with a 4 in it and a 2 in it, and I'm not 24, so there you go. Have a great day. I hope that you're enjoying the like slight lifting of restrictions and getting out and seeing people. We've got a huge backlog of people to work through who want to come and see the kids, which is great, and hopefully want to come and drink a beer in my garden. If any of you are around Lewis and want to come and have a drink in my garden, then fucking come around and bring me some beer. It'd be awesome. You can see the shed. Yeah, cool. So until next time, this has been listening to Punk in My Shed.